folks, how you doing? It's your main man, HUBERT GUY, and we back with the Actor's Cut. I got El Jefe here, a.k.a. Mo Slinger, head of the what we call, yes, the Youth Empowerment Syndicate. We're going to talk to him, and I'm glad that he is here today because this is a deep brother right here. This is a very deep brother right here, and we go way back, what, 10, 11 years?
Yes, sir.
Man, we go
Yes,
back
sir.
a long time, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
And so we're going to have a great
Probably
talk with him
longer than
tonight.
that.
Probably longer than that,
At
right?
Vaughn Fence?
Yeah.
Vaughn Fence was like
That was
2000.
that was before I even had kids.
Okay, and you got,
You know what I'm
you got a
saying?
couple of those now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Put in some work in the last 8, 9 years.
Yes, and I must say, I must say that I'm proud of your accomplishments, brother.
Thank you, sir.
I'm proud of everything that you
Thank you.
accomplished.
Thank you.
And this brother is from Battle Creek, Michigan. Came to New York, started from the bottom, now he here. So it's no excuse for our brothers out here to not be where they envision themselves at, because he is an example of, if you want it, all you gotta do is go get it.
All you got to do is go get it. Couldn't have been well said. Into a better segue to have this man introduce himself. So go ahead and introduce yourself to the people. Let them know who you are and what you do.
Good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Professor Maurice Williams. I am an educator, an adjunct professor at the College of New Rochelle. I teach various communication courses. I'm a writing tutor. On the education side, I am a licensed vendor for the New York City Board of Education to run programs that are geared towards uplifting at-risk youth, and that's on the education side. And on my life passion is to stop juvenile and adolescent delinquency and recidivism with our young men. That's what I do educationally and professionally, and what I do in my leisure is rap my ass off. I am an animal on the microphone. They call me Mo Slinger.
He is a beast.
So, yeah, that's basically what it is. But more importantly, I'm a humble servant of God. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I'm blessed to be here. I had some tumultuous times in my life. I came from, I started from the bottom. Now I'm here too, and I just would like to say that I give all of my success and all of my abilities to the mercy of God. I thank Him, and that's the foundation of who I am, God.
Right. Whew. I told you this was a deep brother. We about to get into it today. So first, we're going to talk about Yes. So tell us about Yes. Tell us why you started it and the movement that you want to do with it.
Well, Yes is an acronym for Youth Empowerment Syndicate, and our mantra is say yes to our youth, because the world is telling them no at every turn. So I want to start a syndicate, not an organization, but a syndicate has a kind of a gangster connotation to it. When you say a syndicate, people are like, oh, a syndicate, what's that about?
Take it a little bit more serious.
Yeah, right. Basically, so I want educators and people and parents to take this youth development thing very seriously, to the point where we applying pressure to education systems. We're applying pressure to all structures that attempt to keep our kids oppressed. You know what I mean? And what was the ending half of your question?
Where do you see yourself taking this movement?
Well,
what do you want to accomplish?
Well, being a former at-risk youth myself, I feel that I want to make my company the leading youth empowerment agency in the country. I want it to be branded. I want to franchise Youth Empowerment Syndicate like they franchise McDonald's. I want it to be in every state, and I want it to be. I want to connect the gangs. I want to give the gangsters jobs, and because they want to work. But it's no place. There's no place that I want to give them a second chance.
Right.
I made my second chance for myself, so I can give my brothers a second chance. You know what I mean? That's what I want to do. That's where I see the company growing. It's not a gang, but it's gonna be a gang like organization that's geared towards making sure our young men understand their duties as black men, and that's to protect our families, provide for them, respect our women and stuff like that. So I just want to feed the young men with information.
Right.
You know what I mean? And also hire the brothers that otherwise society don't want to give a second chance to.
Right.
I want to be a second chance for them.
And you know, speaking upon that, you know, President Obama has been doing a lot to help when prisoners are released, you know, what reform on, you know, helping them to, you know, taking that, do you have a felony? Taking the box off. That's so big. That is so big. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, a lot of people get caught up, you know, a lot of people make mistakes. They get caught up in bad situations. That doesn't mean that somebody is a bad person. I mean, you do have bad people, but, you know, sometimes people do make mistakes. And, you know, a lot of these brothers, when they are incarcerated, they're learning. They're getting degrees where they're becoming more aware of themselves and, you know, really doing self-rehabilitation with themselves to wanting to, you know, get themselves back to where they feel being a positive black man and being a positive part in society.
Yes.
And that's, I mean, I think that's very important, and we do need to,
that's you make a fine point and made me think about something. I would like to just say that Malcolm X said that the best place for a black man to be is either in jail or in college. That's a direct quote. And I, you know, my own research to it, he didn't really expound on it, but to me, I've been to both places for the same amount of time. I've been in college for 6 years, and I've been in prison for 6 years. And I wouldn't have been able to go to college and understand the need for me to go to college unless I went to prison first. So, of course, I was a juvenile when I went away. I was 17 going on 18, and I came out in like 23, 24, something like that. And the time that I spent there, I used the time wisely. I did the time. I didn't let the time do me. So I started reading. I read the autobiography of Malcolm X, which opened my eyes to the African American male plight in America. See, this is what I think a lot of young men don't know. They don't know what their position is in this country and what they're supposed to do and what's expected of them. So society gives them their personality type. So they fall into the stereotypes that's put out there because that's what society tells them to do. So it's my job to get out there and tell them, like, that's not what you're supposed to do. This is what you're supposed to do. This is what your job is. This is who you are. The key to releasing the minds and the frustration of young black men is knowledge of self.
That is correct, man. So true.
Yeah,
so true.
When you know who you are, then you know what your purpose is.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I didn't know anything. I was running around the streets wild, hustling, you know, playing with weapons, and just confused and conflicted because nobody never told me who I am. I self-lord and master. Nobody ever told me that I'm a reflection of God. I'm not actually God, the mystery God, but I am made in His image.
Right.
So I can do the things that He does in a physical form.
Right.
And He gave us dominion over everything. So why would I choose to be less than who I actually am?
Right.
But somebody has to tell you that.
Right.
You know what I mean? And in prison, I had a chance to sit down and read those things, internalize them, and now I give it to the young men that need it. You know what I mean? So I feel like I needed to be there. You know what I mean? It was painful. I ain't like it. I ain't like one day. I hated it. But I hated being away from my family.
I can imagine.
I needed it. You know what I mean? So and for the guys, for the brothers, I would like to say too. You know, I do most of my work with at-risk youth, young men. But for the brothers that have made mistakes already, and you know, because I went through a phase of that too when I was first released, my confidence was low. I thought that society wouldn't respect me because I got felonies. I was kind of ashamed, you know, of what I did, and you don't have to do that.
Right.
When I went to school, that's what took the shame away. When I went to school and I was like, wait a minute, I am really, really smart. And I'm competing with people that I thought was smarter than me. And I'm like, wait a minute, this is easy. You know what I mean? And then my confidence I got more confidence the confidence to function in society on a higher level when I went back to school.
Right.
So my brothers, if you got a GED or if you don't have your GED, go get you one. Take that GED to a college, enroll yourself in a college, and get busy. The College of New Rochelle is an excellent college for people like us because they have this course called ELI, and it's a required course that you have to take before you can move on to your area of interest. It's called ELI. ELI is an acronym for Experience, Learning, and Identity, and it teaches you how to use your experience. Teaches you how to learn from your experiences so you can find out your true identity. And I can talk about that all day. I'm not, but if experience, learning, and identity, right? Once you find out what your identity is, then you're able to learn from your experiences, and you become a way different person, more receptive and more open-minded. So the College of New Rochelle, if you, it's not an infomercial for them neither, because they ain't paying me for this, but I'm just telling y'all that it worked. If it worked for me, it could work for you.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I share the information. I don't get information. You know, that's the thing too with black people.
We don't share that
We don't
information.
share information. Nah, we
give it up.
Yeah, people get information and they just be holding it to themselves.
Right.
And, you know,
That
they
ain't
get
right.
bougie with it
That
and they
ain't
start
right.
acting funny.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We can't do that. If you got something, if you have an avenue or a route that you know that somebody could travel to make their life better, give it to them, help them, put them on that path. That's what we have to do as black people. Don't get the knowledge and keep it to yourself so you can look better and act like you know more and you bougie better than your brother, and he gonna want to hurt you because you got something that you could put him on to getting it. So that's why it's a lot of disconnect with black people too, because we get on and start looking down our nose at people that don't have what we have.
Right.
That's what they want us to do.
Right. Like we just forgot that we came from there.
Yeah, you can't do that. Sharing is caring.
And to touch on something that you said too about, about learning and wanting to grow and working hard. Like, he knows my sons. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
He knows my family, so
Lil
he's seen
Hubert
my
and
sons
Daniel.
grow.
Shout out to Lil Hubert and Daniel. Those my little mans. I see them in the park too. They
Yeah.
like,
So
those
he
my
said,
little
you
mans.
said, Dad, I saw your friend Mo. He said, I was smart for remembering him.
Yeah, he really surprised me. He was like, I knew who he was, but he was like, Mo. I was like, yeah. What's up? And the thing I like about it though, he was taking care of his little brother.
Right.
And he was watching him, making sure, you know what I mean, how he was moving.
Right.
That's
what they do.
Let me shake your hand, brother. You're doing an excellent
Thank
job.
you.
This man be on top of his children like a mother be on top of their children. This man loves his children, man. That's what makes me respect him more than anything in the world. This man is on top of his children. Can I tell him we shared a crib?
Yeah, of course.
All right, so me and this guy shared a crib. We was roommates. And yo, he slept in the bed with his children every day. Got up, made them food, played toys with them, and he was just a father. I never saw that in my life. So I respect you tremendously for that, my brother.
Thank you.
If you got kids, that's another thing too. Fathers, don't leave your kids. I know we doing better though. We doing better as black men. Black men are actually doing better. I would like to congratulate a lot of my brothers, especially my peers. I see all of my peers are taking care of their kids. They involved with their kids on some extent. So all the guys that know me, that I know, that I grew up with, I salute y'all for being a part of y'all children's lives. Right? I'm going here with it. Salute.
Right.
Shout out to all my people that's on Facebook Live. I know y'all see me with my phone in my hand. I'm looking crazy. I live everything because that's what I do.
Because we are live. That's what we do.
I just want y'all to see what I do and how much I love doing what I'm doing. So that's why I put everything on live. You know what I mean? But shout out to my people on live. I can't look at it right now, but I know people on this saying stuff. So shout out to y'all. You know what I mean? But we out here, man.
We out here. And still talking about the kids, man. Like I tell my kids, because I'm sure like your mom, just like my mom and dad told me, they would say, no, you got to work harder. You got to work, more. You got to work, and I tell my kids that, but what I tell my kids is, it's not that you're working harder or more. This is naturally who you are. You are a naturally universal smart black man. You are a universally smart being,
Indeed.
That's just how we are.
I was going to say that too when I was speaking. That crossed my thoughts, but I'm just so excited to be here. So it passed me. But we are naturally smart. Like even just check this out. Even the hustlers, dudes that hustle, your skills are transferable. So you can transfer those hustling skills into accounting skills, business management skills. You got real good social skills because you be serving the fiends.
Right.
You good with people that's customer service. You know what I'm saying? Like think about
customer service.
Think about
is key.
stuff that we do. Like even the stick up kids. If you a stick up kid, like you do the armed robberies or whatever you used to do. This is for the gangsters. Now you could do security.
Right.
You could secure, like, go to the clubs. You like the tussle. Go be a security guard at
Right.
a club. I mean,
Right.
Go be a personal bodyguard for a rapper. Go be a
Right.
Go if you big and you diesel. Go be a personal trainer.
Right.
You know, it's things that these skills that we have are transferable. So don't ever think that you conditioned and locked into being a certain kind of way. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's what I think.
Right.
Those skills are transferable.
That's oh so true. That's for real.
Yeah, definitely. I've seen.
That's real talk. That ain't no TV talk. We might be on TV, but that ain't no TV talk.
Because I've seen some real men that were certain kinds of men in the street, like really feared men, change their lives around and become some of the most eloquent speakers, some of the most productive members in the community. Even say this example, I'm just gonna give one and leave that topic alone. Freeway Ricky Ross. He was like a really big time, hustling guy, and he came home and now he got these non-for-profits. He's doing all these positive things in the community because he realized he didn't even realize what he was doing with distributing that amount of stuff, and so he changed his life around. He's a completely different person.
Right.
You know what I mean, so if he could do it, if people that's at the top rung of the streets can have a change of mind, we could do it too. We're not stuck in the street.
No, we are not. And trust me, fellas, you can get off the block. You can leave and go get a job. You can start off simple. That block ain't going nowhere.
Right.
Yo, remember when we used to stay over there? And dude, when I used to walk out and go to work at like 8 o'clock in the morning, dudes on the block, I used to come back late at night.
Same guy.
Same dude still on the block.
Yeah.
Like, you don't own it. It's not yours. It's okay if you leave and go get a job. And that's not talking bad about anybody. That's saying, let's do something.
Yeah.
The more that we do, the better. I mean,
I think in those regards, sometimes we have motivation comes from the home. Like, so you were motivated. You mentioned your parents. I see how you deal with your children, so they're gonna be motivated to do stuff. So sometimes in urban communities in our hoods, our parents are not as motivated, or not motivators. So my joint went off. Our parents are not motivated, so we not motivated. So they got this thing, I've learned, I'm back in school again for another master's. My first master's is in communications. My second master's now that I'm going for is in guidance and counseling. And I'm learning some things about counseling and guidance. And one of the things that I've learned really quickly in one of the classes was that of family pathology. Like, your family has a certain kind of way that it functions. So if your family functions at a level that's not comparable to what's the norm in society, then most likely you won't function in that way because nobody is exposing you to that type of behavior. You know what I mean? So we as individuals have to find our motivation from other sources, and that's hard.
Right.
You know
Especially when you grow up in the hood and you don't see that, you don't really see that many positive people because the hood is hard. So what you do see is the hustlers and everything else.
So
and then
that's what you want to be. That's who the girls like. The girls like the guy with the car. The girls like the guy with the fly clothes. The girl like the guy with the jewelry. So you like, I want to get that, not knowing that that's the setup to ruining your life. Into contributing to the genocide of your people. Just for like say a drug dealer, you get your money, you do your thing. And but how many people's lives are being destroyed so you can look like you shining? So you gotta think about that. I used to hustle too, so when I was incarcerated, I used to think about stuff the things that I did to get me locked up. And I really thought about what when I found out what the word genocide was, I was like, wow. And then when I found out that I was contributing to it by poisoning my community for personal gain, it made me feel convicted. You know what I mean? And then again, prison where it helped me at because it made me repent. And it made me want to go to a higher power and ask for forgiveness because I have wronged not only myself and my family, but my community. You know what I mean? So our brokenness is deep and by design. You know what I mean? And the only way you could break those, I ain't gonna say the only way, but a large way to break those chains is through solitude, being by yourself, or being in a higher education institution. So where you can here, because the life has noise. So a lot of young kids that's running around, like that you say, that you see when we used to leave work and come, they there, and when we come back, they there. That's noise. The noise is in their head that's preventing them from doing anything constructive, and the noise from their community stay right here. Such and such is doing such and such. The corner store, we might run to that block. These people, whatever. All of the noise of the immediate environment.
That's where they stay.
It immobilizes you because they're paralyzed mentally by the noise in the community. You know what I mean? So these are things that I have become a social scientist. I study my people. I study them in order to help them. You know what I mean? Because you have to, like, okay, this is what's going on. This is how they functioning. All right, I can't help everybody individually, but coming on shows like this and writing papers and posting positive things on social media puts it out.
Right.
So social media is the outlet for every source of information. So it could be negative. Some people use it in a negative way, and some people use it in a positive way. Sometimes I be wanting to get up there on social media and go on rants about everything.
You're not the only one.
Yeah, but I just don't.
Yo, I've gotten so as far as where I've typed everything in, and all I gotta do is hit send, and I'd be like, no, I'm not gonna send it.
You can't do that. You know why? When you do that, you have people looking at you like you're a weirdo.
Right.
So when people go on rants, I listen to I read it because it's entertaining. So I be like, you said all of that for what?
Right.
Now I got all your business, all your information, know what kind of temperament you have, and this is the most important thing I want people to notice. I'm glad we're talking about the social media thing. They coming out. I went to a media conference yesterday, right? And they spoke about they're making devices that track your personality type based off your posts on social media.
Wow.
So they're going to be able to tell if you're schizophrenic.
Right.
They're going to be able to tell if you're bipolar. They're going to be able to tell they're going to be able to assess your psyche based off of your posts.
Right.
Right. This is the kind of intel they're coming out with.
It's going to be a lot of crazy people that get assessed because I be seeing some wild stuff.
So you have to really be careful about what you put on social media, because when this technology comes out, jobs are going to be privy to it. People that got money are going to be privy to it. And when you're looking for jobs and you're trying to get insurance and you're trying to go to schools and you're trying to do these things that involve other people socially, they're going to be able to look at who you are and assess who you are based off of what you post.
Right.
So people got to chill, and that's some top secret information. But I'm giving it to my peoples because I love my peoples, and they let me get into these places, and they don't know who I am.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So anyway, I'm not a bad person. I'm just I'm a spook that sat by the door. You know, whoever know about, find out about that. But anyway, yeah. So just that's serious. You know what I mean?
It's serious,
and it's coming.
It's
too.
serious. It's serious.
I saw robots. I'm gonna show you on my phone. I'm gonna show you. I think I posted on my social media. They have robots in there, son. Yeah,
well,
seriously.
They trying to really do some iRobot type stuff going on.
Yeah, it's a whole bunch of stuff going on. And the crazy thing about it, I was at the conference. It was at Columbia University Wednesday morning. It was from 8 o'clock to about 5. I stayed till maybe about 3. It was just so much information. I just couldn't take it no more. It was so much information. But I felt honored and privileged to be there. I was like, yeah, you moving up, Maurice. You know, you came from that, and now look what you around a bunch of educators. I had my little tag on it, said Professor Maurice Williams on it. I was in the loop. I was feeling myself. And then all of a sudden, then I got sad. And I got sad because it was 3,000 people there. But it was about 20 black people there, including me and my colleague, Dr. Shango Blake. It was only 20 black people there out of 3,000. That's less than 1%.
Far less.
You know what I mean?
Well, that's why we have to do what we need to do as the people. You know, I hate that all these, these senseless injustice, the senseless injustice that's going on, the racial inequality and so forth, the killing of black men and, you know, black women and black children. And real quick, because I don't want to run out of time, we got a few more minutes.
How many more we got?
I think we got like 2 or 3 more minutes.
Okay,
so we're going to make sure that you get your info out.
Okay.
But I just want to say something. There was a clip on YouTube, I forgot where, on Facebook, to where this 2 or 3 big white police officers ran up on these 2 little black kids, saying they was looking for perpetrators that was stealing bikes. But these kids was like 7, 8 years old. You know what I'm saying? And thank God there was somebody there, this black man that, you know, told him, yo, shorty, you ain't got to say nothing till your mom come. You know what I'm saying? So it's I'm not even gonna get into that because we gonna.
Yeah, that's what we gonna have to do another show.
Yeah, we definitely gonna have to do another show.
A whole nother show.
We gonna do another show for that.
Please, can I come back one day?
Oh yeah.
Please.
I'll record some more next week. We can come back next week and do part 2. This is part 1 of Mo right here.
Yeah,
we come back to part 2.
I definitely appreciate that, brother. I definitely appreciate that.
Give them your contact information. If somebody wanted to reach out, I'll reach out to you.
I'm on LinkedIn. LinkedIn is Maurice Williams, MAURICEWILLIAMS. I'm on Facebook, the same thing. Maurice Williams, MAURICEWILLIAMS. My Youth Empowerment Syndicate number is 917-717-9227. Again, for mothers who are having issues with their sons, if he's getting locked up in school, locked up or having trouble in school, he has any gang involvement, or you just need him to have some etiquette and awareness training, please give me a call. I have a program that I'm starting November 5th of this year. Give me a call. We only have 20 seats for 3 different age groups, so call me as soon as you can. My number is 917-717-9227, and that's for anybody who has at-risk young man, or he might not even be at risk. He might just want to know. I'm teaching chess classes as well. So anything that I can do to make sure your son is good, holla at me. And or you can email. You can email us at youthempowermentsyndicate.com. Is the spelling at gmail.com. Again, that's youthempowermentsyndicate@gmail.com. Thank you.
Man, I want to keep this show going because I know we can still talk some.
We can go. It's some topics. It's some topics we ain't touched.
Oh
let's touch them next time we come on here. But it was a pleasure.
Yes, thank you for coming on.
Yeah, the Actors Cut.
Thank you so much.
Guy, this is lit.
Oh man, folks, thank you for tuning in. It's been another great show, and I mean, what can I say? I'm gonna have more coming up for you. Check out my website, handsomegoodgrooming.com. This show is sponsored by Handsome Good Grooming Hair Studio, which is my place. Shout out to my mom, my kids, my dad, Mo, for coming to be a guest on my show. Dude, it was absolutely crazy. I'm looking forward to having you back because we're going to get real deep next time when we come back. We've only just scratched the surface. So this is what we're going to do.
Shout out to my grandson, Mojo. Love you, baby boy.
Shout out to the kids. We love the kids.
Pretty much.
We black men that love the kids.
That's what we do it for.
We there for the kids.
Our conversations are 20% a day about children, but children are 100% of our future.
Right.
Remember that.
Right. So, it's your main man, HUBERT GUY, with the Actors Cut, Maurice Williams, El Jefe. Peace. We out.
That's dope. Yeah, that was good, Hubert.
That's how we do it.
Yeah, that was dope, son. Shit. Okay. I feel like I did something.
Oh, you did. We did. We both did it.
Yeah. That was a really, really good show, Hubert. I want to do that again, man.
Yeah, and because, you know what? And I wanted to start talking about the social stuff. We would have just